Look at these chicken livers.
Oh.
I want to do something with them, but like I don't. You ate this yesterday.
And I thought about it every bite.
I should have told you. Because then you think about it and then you're like, oh my god, I can taste it. Yeah? Yes, babe? Sorry?
Are they strips or tenders?
They're I fillet.
Fillet.
I get confused with that
A
word.
fillet is crazy.
It's I fillet. Yeah. But then fillet is spelt like the same way.
Yeah.
You say it with like a fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone fuck off. So we are doing a slow cooker number, and I thought I would show you guys how simple it is, and everyone wants to get a slow cooker in their life. This one that I'm using is linked on my favorite products page. It's completely non-toxic, which is super important. Do not use a non-stick anything. So this one is fully stainless steel. Hi babe, do you want to be in the video?
No, I don't.
Can I help you with something? Seriously. All right. So we're doing a slow cooker number, and I prefer to cook in a slow cooker when I can, just because you get way more bang for your buck, like so many more nutrients than you do if you're just putting it in the oven. So I'm doing 2 half chickens, make a whole, and I'm gonna put them in the slow cooker for not actually that long. I'm only putting them in for like 5 hours. But that way they don't get like too soft. They're just gonna be like so juicy, and then we've got more nutrients from the skin, from the blood, Peyton.
Yummy.
From the blood, from
Oh, I for
all the
sure
bones
drain mine.
and collagen and all that. I mean, you can drain it, but I'm like, oh, I want that blood. You do not want to skimp out on bad chicken. Like I always say, if you're at a restaurant and you have to choose between non-organic chicken or like non-pasture-raised chicken and grass-fed red meat like beef, you always go for the beef, because the way that they work, the beef absorbs less less of the toxins than the chicken does. And then pork absorbs a lot. So what was I saying? And then lamb is actually the best option. When I'm at a restaurant, there's lamb, because you cannot grain feed lamb. They will not do it. So you can't do it. I don't know why you can't do it. So anyway, all right, we're doing this. We're doing olive oil. Okay, well, that's really great. All right. I'm gonna put some olive oil in there. Beautiful. And then what flavor are you feeling?
Greek or Italian?
Greek or Italian. Okay, let's do Italian. These spices, for those that ask, they're from an Australian place. It's a German place. They're amazing. But you can always just look it up online. It's like called like Gewürzhaus. Do you know how to pronounce it? How do you pronounce it?
I don't know. Gewürzhaus.
I was like, is this... All right, we're putting some of that in. But basically, all that's in this one... Oh, actually, hold on. I might have the package here. Speedy spaghetti. So you can do it yourself at home. Paprika, oregano, basil, parsley, red bell pepper, garlic, onion, chives, tomato, olive, pepper, clove, star anise. So it's not like it's that crazy. You can make it at home. All right, we're going to load it up. Yum. And then I'm going to throw in some onion chunks. And also some onion and some red pepper. Oh, capsicum. I don't know why the fuck I just said red pepper. But it's so easy and simple. That's what I love about it, because it's just like you throw it in and then it's done for the rest of the day. And in summer, like it's summer right now, in summer, I still use it. I just don't like make stews in it. I will basically just put the protein in and have like incredibly shredded deliciousness, and then I serve it with like a roast veggie salad. It's like as a staple in this house. So tonight we're essentially just doing that. I'm gonna serve it with like rocket and like broccoli and that kind of shit on the side. And so that way I just don't have to like worry about the protein, but more importantly, and the real reason why I do it, not just for the ease, it's also for the nutrient density that you get as a result. I'm kind of butchering this onion. All right. Up lengthways, just because I want that like caramelized onion situation for us to enjoy. All right, throw it in. Delicious, delicious. Yum, yum, yum. I'm not putting any water in or anything like that. It's gonna get so juicy as it is. This slow cooker, like almost pressure cookers at the same time. The lid like suctions. Yeah, 360. And they have smaller ones. I actually want a smaller one as well. So I'm gonna put it on 4, so it's high heat for like 5 hours. And then, I gotta put the peppers in, and literally that's it. So easy. And then I'll show you when I cook the rest of the veggies tonight. And then we're done. So yeah, I normally do this in the morning, and it takes no time at all. All you need is you need to know how to use like flavors, like spices. You need to use fresh ingredients. That makes a big difference. And the longer that you cook something, essentially, the more flavor that it has. Like that's an easy thing to remember as well. So if you're cooking a spaghetti bolognese, cook it earlier, like put it on the stove earlier. One, you don't have to deal with it then when you're tired later in the day. I think there's a hair in there. It's literally story of Hal's life is eating my hair. Thank you very much. Yeah, my cooking tips is the flavor. Like people need to know how to use spices. I feel like people don't know how to use spices. Spices, herbs. Other thing to think of is like texture. If you want to go like, if I'm thinking like fancy, like tonight when I cook for you, I'll be like a little bit fancy.
Thanks.
And I'll add texture. So like even I'll roast a bunch of veggies up, for example, and I'll serve them. Like I'll put them in a big bowl and toss them up with like some lemon juice, berry and olive oil on them. And then I'll put some like pine nuts in there. And that just adds that little bit of like the creamy crunch.
Yeah.
And then I will add some like fresh parsley, which also adds like a different texture. And people are like, oh my God, this is so good. And I'm like, honestly, it isn't even that good. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys. I flipped the chickens upside down, so excuse like the bones. But look how much juice. See, if I added water to that,
Yeah, that's crazy.
that would be like disgusting. So I'm gonna deal with that in a second. Okay, and then in here we have the potatoes. So I've boiled these until they're actually a little bit too soft, that's right. Until I can basically poke a knife through it. And the softer you make them, it's not a problem. It just means that they will, they'll get really crispy in the oven, which is what we want. Okay, so now I'm going to put them on this tray. And I'm also just roasting up some broccoli because broccoli roasted is like the best thing in the world. And then, and this is how you make them super crispy. I've shown you guys this before on my Instagram story, so now we have like a solid place for it. So key thing is air. There needs to be airflow. Otherwise you're just continuing to steam them in the oven. And I'm just pressing kind of firmly until they almost like burst. Oh, the boys are just playing. Okay. Just like this. Oh, that's gonna be a crispy one. You can also do it with a potato masher, but I do find that I can be a bit aggressive with the potato masher. Like it just kind of splits them too quickly almost. The fork is just like a little bit more delicate. Oh. So by doing this, it gives it more like airflow so they can get crispier. That's why you do it. And then also the oil can get inside the potato. Because now we're gonna drown in olive oil. Yum, 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 yum. You can't be in this household if you are afraid of olive oil because we bane it essentially. Okay, lots of salt. Love some rosemary. Oh, I should have gone fresh from the garden. Nah, fuck it. You know, I do this all the time now. I'm like, well, I have it in the garden and I keep forgetting. It's like, it's just, I don't know. I gotta get into the habit of going outside. I have like shitloads of rosemary in there too. I should have put some in the slow cooker actually. All right, now we're gonna roast this up for probably like 15 minutes or so. And then dinner will be ready. Well, I'm gonna pull apart the chicken and then it will be ready. Oh, and the oven's at 350 as well. So delicious, so healthy, so yummy. And what I'm gonna do, because we don't want the juice for tonight, because like it's a hot day, we don't need the juice, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save the juice, and then I'm gonna make a spag bowl tomorrow, I decided, with the rest of the livers and freeze it, and I'm gonna put this juice in the spag bowl, so that is like the most nutrient fucking dense spag bowl you can find on planet Earth. So now I'm just gonna pull the chicken out and put it in the bowl. And yeah, it's literally gonna just melt off. And actually, I'm kind of glad that I didn't do this for the whole day. I didn't do it for 8 hours, I did it for 5, because it's not like so runny that sometimes I find it hard with chicken when you do a whole chicken carcass because there's so many bones and everything. And then as you're eating it, you're like cartilage and it's disgusting. So this is kind of better because it's soft we've gotten the nutrients from the bones and the skin and everything. Delicious. All right, so now I'm just gonna pull out the veggies and stuff. I'm just gonna kind of do a bit of a tong number. And it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna look at all of that. This is hearty cooking. So we have the roasted broccoli in there. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna add some pine nuts, and then I'm also just gonna do some cucumber on the side. It's kind of just like a fucking random dinner, but I feel like this is a good dinner to show you guys because people think that like every night you have to do some gourmet thing, and it's like, no, this is from the garden. I needed to eat it. I roasted the broccoli up with just salt on it, and I'll serve it with like I'll actually get some parsley from the garden to serve it with, and I'm gonna add some pine nuts in there, and then we have the chicken, and we have those potatoes, and like that's all you need, and some Emily in Paris.